All right, broski, it's Tina back, man, with a video on natural hypertrophy. Yes, I'm back. Hypertrophy log number 4. I missed this one 2 months ago, eh? I don't really do videos on this guy, but might as well do him now. So here he is. He's back. Thank you for 100,000 subs, because people just love watching training videos. Yes, okay. Or lifting weights videos, whatever. Okay, let's watch this guy, man. Natural. He's hypertrophying.
So this backslash is made up of two.
He was just lifting right now. Now he's showing you the inflammation that he got, the pump and the inflammation. This is like Blaha. Blaha takes like a photograph of his calves when they're pumped. He never takes them when there's no pump in it because there's no muscle there. It's just his natural body look, fat and bumpy.
Sets as per usual, but the first one is a bit special because it only has.
He looks rather ordinary, like, you know. He looks like there's some inflammation in there right now. He's been lifting already. There's a lot of inflammation in there. He's really lifting for inflammation. He's never going to get bigger. I can guarantee you come back here 5 years later, he'll be just like these other YouTubers. They all look the same. They've never changed their bodies. The composition hasn't changed. They didn't get bigger, smaller, nothing. They just kind of like look the same all the time. There's no bigness, there's no more definition, there's no changes in their body or anything. Because now it's because I told you there's something called the repeated bout effect phenomena. They're not getting muscle damage. They're not damaging muscles because with a repeated bout, we know that muscle damage is protected through something called the repeated bout effect phenomena. Now, yeah, so there's any damage there. And there's another thing called a myonuclear domain. I've mentioned this before, where it reaches a ceiling limit hypertrophy, where the progenitor, the satellite cell, is beyond where it can donate any more extra nuclei to further that growth, further any more growth. You get it, of that domain? Yeah. So then what are you getting in the gym if you can't get over myonuclear domain and you can't get any more damage? What are the other options in hypertrophy? Hypertrophy is a very unusual thing. Anything can hypertrophy in your body. You could drink alcohol and get gout in your leg, and you can get an inflammatory response in gout in your leg. That's it. It'll hypertrophy. Does that mean you build muscle there? See what I mean? What if you go into a sauna and you get a bunch of inflammation in your body from the heat or whatever? Is that muscle growth? No. So you lifting these weights now, you getting an inflammatory response. Did you get bigger? You got bigger, but did you gain muscle? No, you got inflammation, but it looks like you got muscle. Now, if you're eating herbivore diet, complex carbohydrates, because that's what people are eating, they're unusually an artificial diet, which is not your human diet. These carbs and potatoes and vegetables and weird things and man-made foods are not your human diet. So you're eating an unnatural artificial diet. So what are you going to create? Artificial muscles doing that. That's why you go, I'm getting a pump. Well, that pump is the glycogen and stuff loading in there. Your natural diet, which would be animals out in nature, you don't get a pump. You don't get this pump at all in your muscles. You don't get any pumps in your muscles. You understand me? Of course, you might get something. You get energy source from like fats, animal fats, but there's no pump in there. So yeah, you keep drawing more and more glycogen in there. So again, artificial food, artificial muscles, artificial inflammatory response, and some like gravitational loading, unloading. Gravitational loading when you're moving the weights around, lifting them, and gravitational unloading when you stop doing that. So eventually that loading goes away. So that little bit of expansion also goes away. That's a hypertrophy as well. So these are all hypertrophies. Sarcoplasmic is hypertrophy, fluid in the muscles. Inflammatory response, gravitational loading, unloading. But these are all artificial muscles. So he's just basically lifting to gain artificial muscles, which is just insane.
3 exercises, but 5 sets.
I know people that have been lifting for years and years and years. They go to the gym, they look exactly the same. They get a little bit of inflammatory response, this and that, and they just keep coming back for that inflammation to maintain these fake muscles, because people used to write me, they go, how do I maintain my muscles? And they go, oh, we maintain my muscles by going to the gym after you do like 3 sets to maintain your muscles. That's not how the fake muscles are maintained with 3 sets, the inflammatory response. Well, how do you build muscle? Protein synthesis needs to exceed that breakdown. And if it ain't exceeding that breakdown, you aren't building any muscles. Now you understand me? What maintains muscles? Well, if muscles are going to be maintained, the mass needs to reach zero, net zero, that mass. You understand me? But if you're going to build muscles, protein synthesis needs to exceed that breakdown. Where in his videos does he ever show you that he's actually building muscles? I had videos, eating videos. People hated my channel. They couldn't wait to destroy it because I showed you what built muscles. Food. I was at the buffet eating for 5 hours straight, bro. In my vlogs, in my videos, remember? Yeah, but I'm not doing that no more because YouTube's an asshole. Why should I tell anybody how to build muscles or show anything? I'm telling you some stuff, but I know none of you will do it anyways. You love to fake it because this is a fake world you live in. You reject anything that's naturally done natural. You like unnatural things, to do unnatural things to yourself too. Like put tattoos on yourself, smoke cigarettes, put piercings, do weird unnatural things to your body like destroy it, lifting heavy, inflammatory responses, and stupid crazy shit. Eating artificial food, doing these weird things. What do you expect? What did you expect to get? See what I mean? And then you're complaining, he's a fake natty and he's a fake natty. All of you are fake natties. If you're doing anything artificial, it's fake. To do something real, you have to do it in the natural world. I'm not talking about I'm natural. I'm talking about you have to accomplish it naturally, in a natural thing, setting, in a natural thing. You understand me? But he's on a natural hypertrophy. His channel is not natural hypertrophy. It should say unnatural hypertrophy because that's what he's chasing. And that's what all of you are going to get on his channel. You understand me? Yeah, unnatural hypertrophy is back. Yes, he's back. He's back. I don't know what else to say there. This is boring.
Because 2 of the exercises are repeated twice, but you'll get to see and understand why I'm doing that in that fashion afterwards.
He's just exercising. He's doing absolutely nothing. He's not building muscle there because weights don't build muscles. I told you, protein synthesis does.
First, let's look at the first exercise, which so happens to be a type of curl that I have now.
And you're all like, but I'm eating 32 grams of protein because I'm getting protein synthesis now. It's open for 24 hours. Well, if it's open for 24 hours, why aren't you exceeding that breakdown? Remember, if you're lifting weights, you're breaking proteins down. Yeah, so you have to compensate for that part as well. Duh. See what I mean? You're just restoring back to baseline. That's why I say all of you are getting protein turnover. I try to explain this on my old channel, but people never really listen because they're too stupid to understand anything. They're dumb. Yeah.
In a sense, prioritized because it hits the brachioradialis very strongly.
Yes,
it also hits the forearms, and in a sense, puts the focus on muscles that are weak in my arms and deprioritizes the bicep muscle in particular. And the way I do that is by doing my curls with a loop that I put around my hand close to the thumb.
So he has to do with a loop and a rope. All these fancy things is gonna build a muscle. See what I mean? They're gonna build a lot more inflammation in there, definitely, to keep maintaining that inflammatory response. I love people that measure their arms and say, after I got the pump, or look, I got a major pump and pump. I love when people say they got a pump. On a natural diet of protein, pure protein diet, which you're supposed to be eating, high fat protein diet, animal fat diet, you would never get a pump. They don't exist. They only exist when you eat artificial food that you're not supposed to, a herbivore diet, which you can't even process cellulose, so can't digest it. But whatever, man, these byproducts, whatever. But there's always something out there that people will fake it. Creatine, let me take creatine so I can fake more muscles, drawing water into the muscles again. Let me take this, that. So that's another thing. We can talk about which supplements create fake hypertrophy muscles. Well, creatine is one of them. SARMs is another one. And the rest of these supplements that they have out there. Anything that creates something artificial through water, bloatness in the muscle is all fake. Get it, man? Yeah. These protein powders and everything, they're full of sugar. Why do you think they put sugar fructose, dextrose, dextrose, and whatever, and all these byproduct garbage protein powders. If it truly was a protein powder, then it should be 100% protein powder. The reason why they put all these fake sugars, dextrose, fructose, and everything, sucrose and shit in there, is because they know that you're going to get phony muscles. You understand me? They're tricking you. You're going to get glycogen because it's artificial. You'll create artificial muscles, but you won't create any real muscles. Only real animal protein can do that. And animal protein is deficient in any sugar. It's got zero sugar and zero toxins in it. It's pure, get it? That's why I recommended people take brewer's yeast. They told me it tastes like shit. Okay, it tastes like shit, don't eat it. But brewer's yeast, the uptake is that of animal protein. So that is the closest thing in any plant protein that you could eat. That is the closest to animal protein. That is the only thing I would ever touch if it came to a plant is brewer's yeast. It's a fungus type of thing. Okay, they use it making beer. But it has a bunch of B vitamins, a whole bunch of other things in there. It's very specific, but I wouldn't go overboard with it either. Anything overboard of a plant food could be turned toxic or something, but not when it comes to animal proteins. You can eat as much as you want, as much all day. There's a guy I posted now, a video of him in my community section. Look at all that meat he eats. His carnivore diet. He says that's what I eat for a day. You guys don't even eat a quarter of that. And that's what he eats in a whole day. Oh my God. So there you go, man. This is kind of interesting,
the wrist,
but yeah.
And then I curl inside the body in a pinwheel curl fashion, so again as to hit the brachial.
This is very boring, man. I'll see you in the next video. Tell me what you think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. Unnatural hypertrophy. See you in the next one, broski. Ciao.